Welcome, welcome, everyone. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. Really, really do. Thank you so much for being here. So, today, my daughter is helping me with this ASMR video. And she's going to show some exercises she does. Well, mainly weightlifting she does. And she's starting out today with Blackburns. And by the way, I don't lift weights. I might lift like 10, 15 pounds here and there. But I know how important it is. But I needed her to help me with this. I think it's so important that everyone lifts weights. I really do. That's why I'm doing this. And so I asked her to actually show what she does because she's the expert. And I am not. Like I said, I do lift weights. I just don't do heavy weights. I mean, she's able to lift like 250 pounds. So I had to have her help me with this. So anyway, she is starting out here, as you can see, with something called Blackburns. Okay, so so she says this is for an exercise for shoulder strengthening, and it targets the rotor cuff muscles, apparently, and it involves a series of like movements that improve shoulder mobility and stability. And you're supposed to start in a seated or standing position and keep your feet shoulder width apart. But apparently she's doing it like this, where she's laying on the ground and, raising her arms as you see here. And so you're supposed to keep your feet shoulder width apart and your back straight and extend both arms overhead, palms facing the ceiling. So right here you see she's going ahead and getting weights because she said that she's going to do something called now dumbbell flies, and she's supposed to do this 4 times, and then in between this she will stretch. So as you can see here, she's doing these dumbbell flies, and this was just after she finished doing the Blackburns. So I tried doing this and it was very difficult for me. And what's really interesting is when I tried doing this, my hands felt like it really hurt my hands afterwards. So I don't know if there's anyone who knows about lifting weights and how to prevent your hands from becoming fatigued as you're doing something like these dumbbell flies. I would really appreciate your knowledge because the hands were indeed not good after I did this one. So anyway, what muscles do dumbbell flies work? Okay, here she is stretching after, and then she'll go back and repeat it again. But apparently the muscles that the dumbbell fly work are the pectorals, and they are the main muscles worked in this exercise, with the deltoids also being some of them. Apparently the triceps and biceps are activated to stabilize the movement, whatever that means. But I mean, I'm sure it's all good, right? It's all good. But so like I said, the proper way to do it after, here she is doing these Blackburns again, kind of stretching for shoulder mobility. But you're supposed to set up an incline bench at a 15 to 45 degree angle, and imagine you're trying to hug a tree, apparently, while you complete this exercise, and don't squeeze the dumbbell handles. Oh, that's probably what I did. I squeezed the dumbbell handles excessively tight. It is. I was doing this. It's probably one of the reasons why I had issues with my hands after. Not good. So, and I asked why they are so difficult for someone like me. Maybe, I know I don't do them very often, but a common problem apparent with a lot of people, particularly those new to strength training, like me, that is, they confuse like a pec stretch with overextending their shoulders. The unnecessary range of motion can be all it takes for shoulder issues to develop down the road. Oh, not good. So let's watch for a moment here while she demonstrates. Wow. I think here she started with 15 pounds and then she moved on to 40 pounds. Yeah, that is difficult. And so now she's again stretching. Okay, here, oh goodness, yeah, here is where she's going with the 40 pounds. That's the smile on her face because she's like, yeah, I'm going to do it. I am going to do these 40-pound weights. Here we go. And I'm so proud, and I could never do that. If I even did 5 pounds doing that, maybe 10. Okay, I could probably push 10 pounds. Yes, yes. But yes, I could give that a whirl. But anyway, like I said previously, though, weightlifting is so important because it helps strengthen your bones and it keeps you, it does help with able to even like open jars as you get older, things like that, like crazy stuff that you would never think would help with stuff like that. So I guess the 40 pounds are pretty heavy, but now what she's doing is stretching. And what she told me here was that she was hoping that that she had kettlebells to do this with for the shoulder mobility stretch she's doing here, but there were none in the room. And usually you do use kettlebells for this kind of exercise or stretch, you know. So I think now, after she's done with that, she is moving on to something called delt flies. Okay. Now, delt flies, okay, the delt flies focus on the shoulder, primarily the back of the shoulder, as you can perfectly see here. It is definitely the case here. It is primarily the back of the shoulder. The back part of the shoulder doesn't always get a good workout, and when you're doing other exercises, so it's great to incorporate something that focuses on that back area there, apparently. I think, I'm not positive, but I think she was working with 15-pound weights there. Not positive, but I believe that was the case there. Okay, so let's see now. I hope I'm not wrong here, but I'm going to say that she's working on something called rows now. The row or rows exercise. Oh gosh, I'm really hoping that this one is. Oh, sorry everybody. Okay, anyway, I'm going to give you a definition of the rows exercise. So the muscles, what muscles do bent over rows work? Okay, I'm thinking I'm right because she is bent over here. Bent over rows work the back, the shoulders, the forearms, the biceps, things like that. And to some degree, it says your hamstring and glutes. Interesting. Okay, so if done correctly, you're engaging your core. You want to do that, engage that area in your stomach. And then, okay, let's see here. It looks like we're getting some, okay, yeah, we've moved on to the one arm. Well, not one arm. She's doing push-ups, but she was going to do one arm deficit push-ups. So it doesn't appear to be one arm, but I mean, here we go. Okay, these are the one arm deficit push-ups. I couldn't do a push-up if you paid me, honestly. Like, it's been forever. I couldn't even do a pull-up in grade school. Why would I even be able to do a push-up? But I should try, because I guess it's like, you're using your own weight for weightlifting. So that's not a bad thing, okay? So, that was the one arm deficit push-up. I want to give a definition for that. They are great for building strength, of course. They essentially put much more resistance weight on the single arm being used, and as far as developing like brute strength, they are superior to the standard push-up, obviously. So now she's moved on to curls. These are curls. I have done this, usually standing, but she's seated. I might try doing this seated. It just seems kind of like it might be better for your back, maybe? Anyway, just then slowly do this. I asked her that. You don't go very quickly? She's like, no, not usually. Just a barbell, 4 sets, 6 to 8 reps. Rest 90 seconds and alternate incline dumbbell biceps curl, 3 sets, 16 to 20 reps, alternating 8 to 10 reps per side, and then rest for 90 seconds. You do, like I usually take 2 and boom, 1, 2, like back and forth, taking turns, but she's just doing 1 at a time seated. And I think that's really, that's a really good position to take. I think that's definitely something I'll try next time. So it appears now we're moving on to, I believe she told me this would be chest supported row exercise. So that's what she's doing here, the chest supported row, exercise. Yes, so let's take a look here. She's doing that. Yeah, looks good. The chest supported row specifically targets the upper back, which includes the deltoids, lats, the rhomboids, traps, and they also work the biceps. So, okay, then after that, she's down for some stretching here, yoga poses. So she says here that she's doing the cat-cow. Okay, cat, cow. Okay, I guess it's obvious. And then a stretch there. Oh, I love that. It's just really, it feels great after you've done a workout. The cat-cow stretch is a yoga pose that involves alternating between arching and rounding the back, mimicking movements of a cat-cow. And then she did the child's pose and threading the needle. And then she'll move on to the upward and downward dog, the scorpion, the bridge, and then she does some lunges at the end. But I want to describe each one of these poses, not in detail, just to give you an idea. So the child's pose is a calming, relaxing yoga pose that involves kneeling on the floor and resting the forehead on the ground. It stretches the back and the hips and the thighs and relieves stress and anxiety, and it promotes relaxation and improves digestion and calms the nervous system. Hey, can't beat that. So try that one out after, doing this. Now the threading the needle stretch, that one is obvious, kind of going under and then kind of reaching out. This one is one of the best stretches for the upper back, especially for beginners, apparently. It stretches and opens the shoulders, the chest, the arms, and the neck. And so that's a good one for all of that. And then she did the upward and downward dog. Upward and downward dog. So that was obvious. And then she's moving on to the scorpion and then the bridge. She's going to do a cute little flip over here. After she's done, she used to be a gymnast, so there she goes. And then she's moving on to just stretch again. Good stretch there. And then you'll see her do some lunges, but yeah, just lean into or towards your knees and hold your ankles if you need. Kind of stretch. And then here come one more stretch here. Kind of spread the legs out, one side and then the other, and then a lunge. And this is just really great for feeling that in the back of in front of your legs. And I love stretches. Oh my goodness. After a bike ride or a walk, I try to stretch a bit before and after. A lot of times I'll put my foot on the curb before I go for a quick bike ride and just stretch and feel it in my feet and in my calves. And it's good to do it right before you work out and after. I mean, for me, I think it's just, kind of a good idea to do it. It doesn't hurt. It does not hurt. So then she's got her feet together here, leaning towards that, and then the feet straight out. Kind of grab a hold and then pull yourself gently forward towards your knees. And then once again, another quick stretch to the left there, and then down forward towards your knee, again to the other side. There you go. Stretch again towards your knee. Perfect. And forward again. And a good stretch all through the back there really helps. And then slowly maneuver up. And we're all done. Once again, thank you so much. Bye for now.